Korah's people, there's still many of them today. It just never ceases to amaze me. Hey, Korah should know better. He's the grandson of Levi. He's seen miracle on miracle happen. He doesn't care because you know why? Because he wants what he wants, when he wants it. Amen? And you know what? God does not operate that way. A lot of people think he does. So what does Moses do about this? Let's see in 4. And when Moses heard it, he fell on his face. What Moses did was pray. You've got to be careful when you're dealing with Korah, because you're going to be held just as responsible as him. We'll get to that. Moses prays and leaves it to God. How many people know that you need to pray and leave it to God? Instead of trying to take care of it yourself and playing Korah. Korah's going to go try to overturn the whole thing. Okay? We're going to come up against the whole deal. How many people? I've done it before. I tried to do it when I first got into church on the street. Okay? I did. Went outside. I've been there only about 2 days. And the doors close at 11. If you're outside past 11, that's it. Well, we were in tight quarters with about 12 of us. And I had to go rip one. Amen? I had to go relieve myself. Amen? So, so I went outside to do so. And Pastor Greg, who was a very, very, very good friend of mine, he's passed on now. I went back and did my thing. I went back to open the door and it's locked. And I'm like, hold up. Now, y'all got to remember, I was still not that refined, but maybe a little bit. I knocked on the door. I said, hey man, open the door. And he yells out, I said, man, I can't hear you. What do you say? I can't hear you. So he tries to open the door so he can make sure that he says, and when he did, I just busted the door open, and staying out here. So of course in the morning I got to go talk to the director, amen. Don't tell him. And I went to the director and said, man, he ain't fit to be a leader. You shouldn't have him there. You know what? I've been running this and I've been running that and I've ran every drug abuse program and I've done this and I had 20 people on my staff and I've done this and I've done that. And you know what? That guy cannot run this house. So you don't need to be letting him run this house. I'm telling you, I've been this and I've been that and I've done this and I've done that. Amen? Hallelujah. Am I telling it on myself, Kelly? Big time. You know what he said? He said, what I tell you choppers, amen? Greg's an authority. Whatever he tells you to do, you better do it. Amen. And if you can't do it, then you don't need to be it. Amen. I'm thinking, did he not hear how great I am? Did he not just hear how many drug abuse programs that I've ran and how I've been on this and had staff at 20 and houses and owned a teenage nightclub and hired bands and did blah, blah, blah. Did he not hear all that? Well, we ain't in the world anymore. He doesn't care. All Randy was worried about is God's order. Amen? Amen. And I've been there for 2 days, and Greg had been running that house. Amen. And God's order was Greg was the house manager, okay? You get what I'm saying? We got to go by God's divine order. I thought I could just talk myself into, I almost talked myself right out of the program, amen? If you watch Moses here, okay, and we read 4 and 5 here, it says, when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face, and he spoke unto Korah and unto his company, saying, even tomorrow the Lord will show who is his, amen, and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him, even him whom he has chosen will he cause to come near to him. So the Lord will see who's holy and who's not, amen. Moses said, you know what, I don't care all y'all coming against me, it doesn't matter. We'll see what order God has, amen? He tells Korah that. Moses waiting on the judgment and the instructions of the Lord. It's always a good idea to do that. Don't just go acting in pride. Because one thing we're going to see here with Korah is that Korah is going to persist. If Korah would have just kicked his pride down and whatever, but no, he's going to persist, and it ain't going to pay off for him. Moses had, listen to this, Moses at that time, he could have called anybody he wanted. He had 3 million people. He could have had all 250 of them put in jail, plus Korah and them, and have them executed. It wouldn't have been a problem because he had numbers, okay? But he didn't do that. Moses had all the earthly power, but he waited for the heavenly power. Amen? Amen. Moses had faith, which pleases God, not your works. There are good works and there are bad works. Faith without God approved works is dead. What are God approved works? I can tell you in one word: faith. Moses put it in the hands of God. That is God approved works. Amen. Amen. Jacob said, "You show me your faith. I'll show you my works." Amen. Amen. Meaning faith without works is dead. Meaning that if you have faith, then automatically your works are going to show up and people are going to know it's God. Amen? Amen. Okay? Moses said, Korah, let's see who he chooses. If you are a leader, listen to me. If you're a leader and you have to deal with Korah, you better deal with it like Moses, or it can get real ungodly. God will hold both parties responsible. You will still reap what you sow, the leader or Korah. Moses understood that. So we get down here. He says, this dude, you take censers, Korah, of all the company, and you put fire therein, and put censers in them before the Lord tomorrow, and it shall be that the man who the Lord does choose, he shall be holy. And then Moses looked at Korah with his 250 all over him, and he said, you know what, Korah, you take too much upon yourself. As Korah told him, amen? You old sons of Levi. You think, Moses wouldn't claim this dude. And Moses said unto Korah, hear I pray you, Korah, you sons of Levi. Listen to this. Seems it but a small thing unto you, Korah, that the God of Israel, he separated you from the congregation of Israel to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the Lord in the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. He's saying, God's given you responsibilities also, Korah. He's given you stuff to do, and you don't want to do it. You want to usurp what God is doing. You want to go all the way, and let's usurp the authority. And you know what? This ain't good enough. I know God's entrusted me with this, and God's entrusted me with that, but I want more. And you know what? I'm not going to wait on it. I'm going to take it. As many tried to do in the church. I'm not going to wait on God. This is what Korah's doing. I'm going to step up and take it. And he thinks he's taking something from Moses, and he thinks he's taking something from Aaron, as many think that they're taking something from these people that have these titles, but you're not taking anything from them. You're trying to jack with God himself.
Amen. Amen.
That's right.
And the proof is always in the pudding. Always. Because you'll look them up down the road and you'll be like, well, what happened to so-and-so and what happened to so-and-so? Well, Moses is still sitting there serving the Lord and being the leader of his people, and Korah and all of them are down in the earth, got swallowed up. And the people around them end up getting swallowed up too. So when you got a Korah, get away from him. When you got others not acting, y'all know what I'm talking about. Has anybody ever, or am I the only one that's ever done what I said I did? Nobody else has ever done it? I remember one time when I got the program, the second time, amen, I took a little trip to Vegas. It wasn't good. It was my training. And I just got back, and there was this guy, and he was saying, you know what, we want this guy kicked out of the program, and Pastor Walt won't kick him out. So you know what? We just got done with the prayer meeting. We were all standing in the circle. Let's go over and if we all go tell Pastor Walt, if we all rush Pastor Walt, amen? Then he'll kick this guy out. This guy's been getting high, this guy's been doing this guy's been doing that. He needs to go. Well, like an idiot, I'm like, okay, that's what we got a fight on our hands, amen? Back then, you're just ready to fight. I'm going to fight. Not knowing about authority, really, Plus, I thought, if I get on this guy's side, we could accomplish this. Boy, we could run this place, amen? So about 20 of us head towards Walt. He's standing over by the buses. We're in the DD house on Madison, and then we own this house, and then the White House is down here on this side of the street. Well, we own two houses over here. One of them was my own house, and then over across the street is where the buses were in this dirt lot, and that's where Walt was standing. So we get out, right? And we're all like, yeah, yeah. We're all marching right towards Walt, amen? And I'm right behind the guy who's leading the pack. Okay? And John starts in on Walt. I'm thinking, yeah. And I'm thinking, you know what, guys? And I look behind me,